Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Fanatic Beats, content contributor for LiveOffBeats.com. Welcome to this video where I'm doing a beat breakdown of a nice, chill, relaxed beat, but it has some really nice musicality to it and some nice, just a whole nice vibe. So anyway, that's a lot of niceness, and hopefully you get some tips and some inspiration, because I know every producer can use some inspiration when making music. So anyway, it's your boy DJ Fanatic Beats. And if you like to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at DJ Fanatic or Sounds for Producers on IG. And Fanatic is spelled Phanatic. So appreciate the love. So let's get into it. The first thing I started with, usually the first sound that I choose gets me right in the creative state. So this is the first thing I went with. So if you notice in the channel rack, I use arcade, which, let's see, what did I use? Oops, say play. I used some interesting, it's called the Celestial Sphere, and it had some cool chords, like vintage chords in there. And I believe this is A minor. I don't know if this resets, but basically arcade is like a sample-based plugin, has a lot of really cool stuff in there. And you can manipulate it or use it as like something in the background. This beat actually was arcade focused, so it looks like I used 3 different sounds from arcade. But yeah, it came out dope. So with the processing for that particular chords, I just cut the highs a little bit. And you can see in the pink area is where all the energy is. And I cut the lows as well above 100 hertz. So that way the kick and the lower frequency stuff can shine through. The next sound that I chose was like a bass line that I found in arcade. But notice I did a little more to it, so that way it kind of honed in with the sound I was going for. I cut the highs for the bass and boosted a little bit, but then I used the capitator to give it some distortion, like just a little buzz. Notice it's only at 4. And also I used the fruity limiter to sidechain to the kick. So let's actually solo the bass and turn off the sound effects. When you listen to it, it has a slight distortion, but this is with the plugins. Yeah. A lot more fuller, a little edgier with distortion, and also the sound almost sounds wider. See? That's before and this is after. So it sounds a lot fuller what I did. The next sound that I chose was a guitar sound that I found in arcade as well. At the end of the bar right here. So it's like a distorted, weird synth, but it's under guitars, I guess. Let me find out where that was. I'm gonna play. It's under Driven. It's called Driven. It's in a World. That's the particular sound set that I chose. So I was searching for some craziness, and choosing those 3 different things kind of made the beat. You know, I was experimenting with stuff, and I also used sound processing to change each thing, just to kind of make it my own. The next sound that I chose was, let's see, it's a pad. So I wanted like something sustained in the background, so here it is. So it's not sustained all the way through, but it gives it a little more like a hidden melody in the background to kind of give it a vibe. I used Contact for that, and I believe it was Exhale, I think. I'm about to find out. Yep, this is Exhale by Output as well. And I guess this is like a whole Output beat, but it came together, man. It came together pretty nice. So now that I have those 4 elements, I was really happy with them. With that pad, I just EQ'd it and probably did some stuff in the plugin. And I use stereo separations to basically make that pad wider for your left and right ear. And the guitar, I just panned it right to kind of put it in the background and off to the side. So with the kick, this is the kick pattern that I chose to do. It's a real laid back vibe. And notice the kick pattern is the same all the way through the beat. I usually don't do that, but I was just feeling it, and I kind of wanted to give it like this straightforward vibe all the way through. So with that kick, you notice there's like a hi-hat inside it as well, inside the sound, and I chose to keep that. Hear it? It's actually built into the kick. I thought it was kind of cool. I used the Fruity Soft Clipper method, which is a way to make your kicks and drums sound harder. That method, you load up Fruity Soft Clipper. It should be free in your FL Studio right here under distortion if you kept the default settings. And notice I tried Sound Goodizer, but I did like the Fruity Soft Clipper. So once you load Fruity Soft Clipper, you can just copy these settings. See the thresholds all the way up. Post is like at this level with 25% more to max. And then what you do inside that particular sound, you go to the wrench tool and use the volume multiplier. And basically you're increasing the volume of that sound, but Fruity Soft Clipper is stopping it from reaching a certain point. So you're basically amplifying the sound to a set threshold with the Clipper, and you can come up with some cool results like that. So check that out. Then I added a clap, which is a pretty straightforward pattern. So here it is. See, I was checking to see if I pitched a clap, but it's actually in almost perfect pitch. So remember your drums, you want to pitch your drums as well to the actual key of the beat. To do that, I mean, it's best to do it, not best, but it's good. You know, the more you make beats, it's easy to do it by ear. But you can use tuning things and stuff like that if you want to. If you want to go that far, you can. But, you know, use your ear and mess around with the pitch until it feels right. Trust your instinct, especially when you've been producing for a long time. So that's the claps. And the next thing was like a open hi-hat. My bad, it's a cymbal. And the open hi-hat's in there. It's on the and. And with cymbals and hi-hats and stuff, I usually just cut the lows. See? That is the open hi-hat, and here's the cymbal. I don't usually do too much to those. And notice the hi-hat, the lows are cut there as well. So this is a pretty straightforward beat. This is with the hi-hat as well. And notice the hi-hat has like this little riding rhythm. It's like ta 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 ta. So I kind of created a vibe with just the hi-hat, and I shifted it way off the grid so that way it fits right into its own thing. And also I did the swing level up a little bit just to kind of give it a little swing. So this beat actually is pretty simple, but the elements all together, it makes it just sound a lot full and complete, and maybe a little overdone, but I'm pleased with the result. Mixing wise, you know, I did some panning with the open hi-hat and the regular hi-hat just to balance the high frequency panning. Stereo separation on the pad like I mentioned earlier. Mastering, I use Neutron 2 and Ozone 8. I usually use the track assistant for Neutron 2, and then I adjust the parameters here. And Ozone 8, I do the same with the master assistant, and tonal balance control kind of gives me an idea where everything falls into frequency wise. You don't have to use that as a mastering tool. You can use Maximus or limiter or whatever and just kind of ride with that. Mastering, there's thousands of different ways to do it, and you know, I don't want to say do it like this and you have the best beats ever. It just you can't say that. because every beat is unique and everybody uses things differently. So really appreciate the love that I get from the music. So anyway, let me play it from the beginning into the chorus here and some of the verse so you can vibe with it and get a feel for the beat. So hopefully you're enjoying the video so far, and go ahead and vibe out and be inspired. Peace. I don't know why I said peace like I was cutting the video off. Kind of a long intro here, but I just bring in all the elements right here. Background melody, verse. I took out the drums at the beginning, and here goes the break and into the chorus. See, the low mids is actually really low, and I could have boosted it some. I think it's picking up my voice now. Maybe not, I don't know. Oh, it's because I hit stop and now it's going crazy. So anyway, hopefully you're feeling the beat. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and learned something. That's, you know, all the intention is to be inspired and learn something different and try a different technique. So anyway, again, it's your boy DJ Fanatic Beats, content contributor for LiveOffBeats.com. And of course, you can follow me at DJ Fanatic, that's PHANATIC, or Sounds for Producers on Instagram. Peace and love, y'all. Keep experimenting and try different plugins, and you know, the sky's the limit. You know, you can spend hours and hours of trying different things, and you never know what you run into. All right, peace out.